excited for this community call. I know there's a lot of us out right now, so yeah, we'll see how it goes, but we should be good. So let's go ahead and start with praise. 30 seconds for highlights, and type your praise in the praise channel, and then pick somebody to pass it to whenever you're done. I'm going to try my best to do the timer today, and we'll see if people can hear it, but I'll go ahead and start. I want to praise Rodri for working on the new email templates and producing awesome infographics. I want to praise Nicola for moving forward on the Meet the Makers planning. I want to praise the dev team for always being available to fix issues. There's been a couple issues over the past week where I'm like, hey, this, and people jump on and then it gets fixed right away, and that's really awesome. I want to praise Carlos for help with the CSVs and the admin bro. I want to praise Mitch for writing a forum post on Give Power delegation and getting the nomination started. I want to praise Rainer for his attention to detail and thoughtful discussion in the forum. I want to praise Kotabe for championing the D-Work initiative and establishing a payout system for bounties. I want to praise Alman and Franco for getting deeper into Giveth community building, continuing to learn and asking awesome questions. I want to praise Miguel, Raz, Prophet, David, Christina, Nicola, Rohik Benitez, Omaz, and myself for joining the AMA call yesterday, and the community building sync, which was Nicola, Franco, Almond, Kotabi, Jake, Claire, Ahmad, Rainer, Tropical Mango, Bigamat, Giantkin, Jess, and Corey. And that's what I've got, and I will pass it to Almond.
Thank you, Ashley. Do you hear me okay? Oh, thank you. I want to praise Ashley and Franco for being super supportive in my onboarding process and to be open and able for all my questions. I want to praise Heather because she has been giving me an extraordinary follow-up with my onboarding as well. I want to praise Kotabe for being open for still being able to schedule one-on-ones with me to learn a little bit more about work. And I want to praise Lauren for being supportive even she's on vacation with the tutor counseling. And I would like to pass it to Franco.
Franco, are you there? I think she passed it to you.
Sorry. I was like closing the door. Hi, everybody. I'd like to praise Heather for having an awesome one-on-one call checkup call today this week. I want to praise Freshell as well for answering some questions that I had and clearing up some doubts. I want to praise Claire for having a one-on-one today. It was awesome talking to Claire. We got to talk about so many things. I want to praise Ashley for being an amazing buddy and doing all the work she always is doing. And I want to praise Jake as well for adding me to the CRM. And yeah, I'm kind of like researching there, see what's going on there. And I'll pass it to Rodri.
Thanks, Franco. Oh, hi, everybody. I want to praise Mo, Tosini, and Marco for being amazing team. I want to praise all the dev team for the update. I want to praise all the team for being here. Thanks. I pass to Kotabe. I don't know, Kotabe. And maybe.
Oh, you pass it to me?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
There's just a bit of noise around me. Anyways, thank you so much. Okay, so I want to praise Mitch for hosting the test party. I want to praise Jake for a great one-on-one and the great work he's doing with the CRM and the donors database. I want to praise Ashley for the amazing event template that I am starting using already. I want to praise Almond, Ahmad, Ashley, Corey, Franco, Jake, Rainer, and everyone that is going or plans to be on the KPI session. And I will keep writing my. I want to praise Rainer that we just had a one-on-one, and he is helping me to facilitate better that session. And I will keep doing my praises. I want to praise Rodri also for the amazing oh, this image that really explains very well how Giveth works. And I'll continue on the on the Discord, and I'll pass it to um, Ahmad.
Hey, thanks. I'd like to praise Griff. Ooh, it's fun. I'd like to praise Griff, Willie, and Lauren for an awesome AMA Twitter Space session yesterday. Also, would like to praise Lauren for a fantastic BitDAO blog post. That was a really important one that went out last weekend. Like to praise Katya and Alman for killing it in their first weeks. I'd like to praise Sim, Claire, and Ahmad for pushing forward the content planning. We had a great session on Monday. Would love to praise Kotabi also and Monique for helping me stay on top of things starting this week. And want to praise Fershal actually for the give back rewards for travel expenses. And I'm gonna pass this to pass it to Vito.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch who you passed it to, Corey.
Vito.
Vito. Okay, yeah, I see. Vito, are you there? Can you hear? I think you're muted. Okay, maybe while we wait for Vito, let's go to Carlos.
Hello, everyone. Nice to be here. Well, I'll dish some praise. Ashley, Lauren for really keeping up with the giving blogs. Mateo and Amin for really migrating tons of things in the subgraph. Mohammed for taking time off and really coming back and doing tons of work. Front end team, Sherry, uh, Ramin, Alireza for fixing issues really fast on the release. Monique for also testing on the release and organizing the schedule of development features. Also, I'd like to praise Rochelle Grief for for the reimbursements. Let me see if more praise. Well, in general, also the dev team, and that's it for me. I'll pass it to Nick. Nick, have you gone?
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, I haven't yet. But yeah, I'm gonna give my praise to Frishal for being available at all times for all of my questions and for an amazing call earlier. And praise to Heather for for finding two new candidates, two new hires for our open positions. Praise to Ahmad for being an asset to the team for all your wonderful ideas. Praise to Monique for asking clarifying questions regarding our onboarding process. Praise to Jake for posting his role proposal and explaining what he does for Giveth. And praise to Heather, Marco, Jake, Frischel, Nicola, and those who have supported my role proposal. Praise to Ashley and Nicola, who will be having their buddy call soon. And yeah, another praise to Ashley for being super responsive with my messages. Passing it back to Ashley.
Thanks, Nico. Let's see who hasn't gone yet. How about Fischel?
Hey everyone, so I want to praise Nico for taking the lead on the Giveth work agreement updates for contributors. And I want to praise Franco for reaching out and asking questions and making sure that we onboard him properly. Griff for executing the reimbursements. Monique for responding to my Giveth platform concerns. Bowen for signing in so payments can go out in Giveth trace. And I want to praise Mitch for being an awesome DAO steward and for making sure that we set things straight on vesting. And I'll pass it to Ahmad.
Hi there, I'm a bit caught off guard. I want to praise Ashley, Kotavi, Claire, Nicola, and Jake for for last week's Connect group call and finding a really good solution for the Connect group. I want to praise all these people plus Almond and Corey for making the first Communitas call, for me a really good experience. And Mitch plus everyone else on the governance call last Monday for making this a very interesting discussion before heading off to Burning Man. Thank you. I'll pass on to is Claire here. No. Ashley, I need your help. Who hasn't gone yet?
Jake.
Jake.
Alrighty. Thank you. I want to praise Marco, Mitch, Kotabe, Ahmad for a great role proposal feedback. Really appreciate it. Nico Frischel for informing me and assisting me through next steps with finishing up my trial period. I want to praise Ahmad over and over. As long as this guy is at Giveth, I feel like I'm going to be giving him weekly praises. Ashley, that's the same for you, as well as being a great Communitas steward, as well as taking over these community calls. Kotabe wanting another one-on-one, as well as this very important upcoming meeting after this call. And Katya, thanks for jumping on board, offering a lot of assistance on donor project outreach. And I will pass it on to... Has Mateo gone?
No, I haven't. Thank you. Hey guys, GM. I hope you are having a great week. For me, this time I want to praise the whole dev team. The work they're making is amazing every week. Especially Amin for leading me the way into the graph and many Web3 stuff that I didn't know. I want to praise Griff and Frischel for handling the reimbursements for the ETH Barcelona. I want to praise Rodri for an amazing infographic that he made about the Give Power. It's really, really great. Good job, man. I want to praise everyone that is going to Burning Man. I know they are going to be making a great shilling about Giveth and having a great time. Yeah, I'll type more praise down in the chat, but that's it. Don't know who's missing, but Corey, have you gone?
Yes, I went.
Shoot, so Ashley, I send it to you.
Okay, how about Elgene?
Hello. I want to praise Jess for coordinating with me for common projects. I want to praise Mitch for guiding me on what we need to order for the central. I also want to praise Griff and Lauren for all the guidance despite being busy for the Burning Man preparations. I also want to praise Heather for the amazing HR work. I want to pass it to Raz.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? Uh, yeah, if you can hear me. I've already written down the praises. Can I just repeat those? Because I haven't been interacting much and nothing much has happened from my side. But I do praise everybody in this room, for making this vision dream, working towards it with so much of commitment, and it requires a lot of effort. And I really appreciate everybody and appreciate for accepting me and helping me with my project and solving all my problems. Thank you all.
Thanks, Raz. Yeah, it's fine. You can just repeat some highlights from what you've already typed in the channel. That totally works, so no worries. And let's pass it to, I see some new people. How about Maria Estrada? Do you want to maybe give some praise or introduce yourself? It looks like you're muted. If not, that's totally fine. We can pass it to somebody else, and if you want to say something later, you can speak up. How about Xenoy?
Yes, for sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Sinue. You can call me Sino. I'm I'm coming to this first session as a member of Regens Unite. I had a quick discussion with Ashley just to present the community the project and see kind of like what everybody thought about it and perhaps how your community could help us regenerate the planet. Um, I don't really. I would like to praise one person from your team who's been very active in our community, which is Corey. So yeah, I would like to praise you and then everybody else for spreading so many good vibes to one another.
Thanks, yeah, and thanks for coming. I look forward to the community spotlight section and we get to hear more. How about let's pass it to Vlad?
Hey, hello, GM, everyone. I'm starting the day here. I want to praise Ashley for the constant support and exchange and support for the projects that I've brought in. I'd like to praise Vito that is not here and wasn't able to talk, but he's helping a lot of Discord community stuff on those projects. I'd like to praise Franco for his constant work as well. I'd like to praise Moshi Big Mode for his work on Share platform. It's awesome. We're building an onboarding process there, and thank you for the environment that you provide. And I'd like to praise everyone here for keeping working and keeping the community amazing with the energy up. And let's go. GM. I don't know who didn't go yet, so help me out,
No,
Ashley.
yeah, let's throw it to Bigamat.
Well, praise to Vlad, thank you. And praise to Ashley for inviting me to the Community Builders Weekly and meeting the rest of the team and kind of talking a little bit about sharing and boarding. That was great. Yeah, back to you, Ashley.
And I think we've at least touched everybody. If you haven't had a chance to go, please speak up. Or Maria, if you wanted to try with your audio again, go ahead and give it a try. Otherwise, we can just move into updates. Oh, wait, first, I've got some events and announcements. Today, after this call, we'll be having a strategy session hosted by Kotabe. We're going to be discussing some goals, metrics, and like community circle KPIs. So you can find that event in the calendar and just stay in the channel. I think it'll be in the communications voice channel after this call, the awesomeness tracking strategy session. Today is the last day to donate to get the round 17 POAP. So if you haven't donated yet in round 17 and you want that POAP, today is the last day to do that. And remember that your donation must be your total donations must be the equivalent of $10 or more to get the POAP. We're getting heavy in activating these project nominations. You can click this link here. So if there's an awesome project out there that's not yet on Giveth and you would really love to see it on Giveth, you want us to outreach to them and see if we can't help them get on the platform, you can fill out this type form here and nominate a project that you're really interested in, and we will reach out to them. Then there's a couple type forms down here at the bottom. Weekly, we remind you. It's always great to receive feedback on yourself. So we have some buddy review calls coming up for some people, or if you just want to leave feedback on contributors, tell them they're doing a good job, or maybe give them some constructive criticism, you can fill out this form here. And you can also review yourself and Giveth in this type form on the bottom. So go ahead and leave some feedback for yourself or the organization as a whole. And you can do that by filling out either of these type forms that you see here. So yeah, with that being said, let's move into our working groups and updates. We can start with Community Circle, which consists of Communications, Communitas, and Connect working group. I have an announcement. We have come together and had discussions about the Connect working group, and now that Melody's gone, and the capacity and the bandwidth with the working group members, and the working group has decided to dissolve. And we're currently looking at the tasks that that working group was working on, that the Connect group was working on, and distributing them between the Communitas working group and the communications working group. So for instance, like the CRM stuff will be taken over by communications, whereas like a lot of the outreach and project onboarding and stuff will be taken on by Communitas. So that's currently in the works, just a PSA that Connect group is now dissolving. The mission of the community circle is to be the living and breathing core of Giveth, an ecosystem of collective support, abundance, and communication where we cultivate relationships and assist innovative projects. And on that note, I'll pass it. I think Corey today will do communication updates.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we've got a lot of exciting updates in the comms corner. So to close off the Gleam campaign that's been running for the last week to bring exposure to the Angel Vault. To close off the campaign yesterday with Ichi, we had an awesome AMA Twitter space. Lauren, Willie, and Griff were there to rep Giveth, and they did an amazing job talking about the Angel Vault. So in case you missed it, there's also a live recording that you can go check out on Twitter. And we also have a couple of great new blog posts that went up last weekend. So in case you didn't notice, they're really cool to read through. The first one is this beautiful recap of Giveth's techno hippie presence at ETH Barcelona. This was quite a big piece with tons of pictures. Thank you to Suga for sourcing all of this and also writing this all out to recap the amazing talks and interviews that happened there and all the fun that the Giveth team had. So that's live up on the blog. And secondly, a very important post also went up over the weekend about our BitDAO partnership written by Lauren. So praise to Lauren for putting this out there. It's an important piece. Please take a look, help us spread the word on this partnership. This post is great because it lists out all of the benefits and significance of the partnership itself. So, yeah, we also recently announced a fun incentive to donate to the Giveth project. This is a tweet that went out. Please feel free to share it around because we have this upcoming PFP launch. And for anyone who donates at least 100 DAI, XDAI, or WX DAI to the Giveth project, will get on the pre-mint list for the PFP. And also we'll get NICE to match that. So it's a pretty good opportunity. Don't sleep on it. And I also wanted to highlight the NICE Facebook activity that we've been seeing lately. I'm not sure if, Facebook was kind of quiet for a while, but I'm not sure if you've seen it, but there's been lots of posts going up recently. Major praise to Claire and Sim for planning and executing on that. Remember that this is the network where impact projects live and breathe, right? This is where the nonprofit sector lives. So if you have any ideas of how we can boost this further, please send them our way. And if you want to show it love on Facebook, please do so. One quick update as well, our CRM system is now set up. So please contact Jake for access. Thank you so much, Jake. It's so important. So yeah, go ping Jake if you need anything in there. And coming up soon, it's going to be a little bit quieter on the comm side the next few weeks while everybody is out. So we're going to be taking that time to, we're working on a couple of things, like some long format posts about Griff's talk at the Sustainable Blockchain Summit on turning nonprofits into regen economies. It's a really great talk, so we want to do a longer format on that. We're also coming out still with an ETHCC recap. We're also working on monthly content planning. The idea is that every sector of Giveth would be able to give advanced input on what communications should be planning over the following month. So we're doing some work there to create like a really easy workflow for people to be able to put in requests like a month in advance. And that's going to make it easier in general for comms to get things out on time. And then lastly, we're going to be using this quieter time to focus on getting the project owners 101 course done. So lots of stuff to work on, and that's everything from the comm side. I'll go ahead and pass this to the next group, which is Communitas. Is that right?
Yep, that's right. Thanks, Corey. Awesome. I love all the pictures from ETH Barcelona. I look at them all the time. Oh, family. Okay. Communitas working group. Ooh, this is wrong. we now are meeting on Wednesdays, right before the communications call, which
But it's
is
Tuesday.
9. Tuesday. Oh yeah, you're right. It is still Tuesday. Thank you. Sorry, man. Okay, we need to quit changing it and then I can quit being so confused. The Communitas weekly sync is going to be taking place of the Connect call where it was before, right before the communications call. Thanks for that, Katabe. We also do the weekly community AMA and orientation, and this one is on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Costa Rica time. You can click this link to add it to your calendar. This is a place where you can come and ask questions, get support, get guidance. If you are a new contributor and need some, resources, or a project owner, you have questions about maybe starting a fundraising campaign for your project. This is the call for you, so please join us, and there's also a link here where you can add that to your calendar. Updates. We are starting to onboard the working group and our members to share, which is a tool that Bigamot has brought to us and is being used in DAOs, or some of our sister DAOs. So we're going to start using this just within the community working group first and see how it works for onboarding flow, and maybe we'll use it in other working groups afterwards. Bringing over the donor survey from Connect. The results are still coming in. If you haven't taken the survey, please click here and take it. I'm not sure, we might have more responses than this. I'm not sure if this number is up to date, but you can see the results by clicking this other link here.
We got 73 now, Ashley. 73.
73. That's awesome. We're going to be exploring some user group journeys and working to establish KPIs and OKRs. This is the strategy session that will be coming up right after this call in the communications voice channel. I've created an event category in the forum, and there is a template there for event coordination and communication. So if you want to have an event such as this strategy session, for instance, you can fill out this template, and this way the comms team knows what kind of communications you need, and we can get things like added to the calendar or tweets sent out or whatever need to be sent out around your event. So take a look if you want to be planning some sort of event. And last but not least, Gravity has come to Giveth. If there are any conflicts that you see in the community, or you're having a conflict with somebody, or there's some tension somewhere, please fill out this type form, and one of the Gravitons will get in touch with you, and we can try to mediate and find some solutions and common ground in some of these conflicts. And I think it's really important to remember that conflict isn't always like a negative thing. It can bring a lot of things to the surface that need to be touched on and worked on, and it's actually a great opportunity for growth. So please don't be afraid or scared to fill this out. And that's what I've got for Communitas this week. And moving on to the platform circle, which is the development, design, and give economy working groups. Their mission is to empower our contributors with the knowledge and resources to build and maintain platforms that bridge communities, meet user needs, and advance blockchain technology. And I'll pass it to the development working group.
Thank you, Ash. I'll take it this time. So for us, this week was really great. We did a release in both the front end and the back end. For the front end is the version 2.2.0, and the back end is 1.5.0. And in this version, we have a couple of things that are the project verification. You won't be using the old Google form. So we have a really great UX that you can try out when you want to verify your project. And we have a custom recipient address for each network. So if you want a different address for the Gnosis chain and a different one for mainnet, you are able now to do that. Right now, we are focusing on the notification center. We have already a great design. Thanks, Mo, for that. And we are finalizing the backend services so we can start working on the front end. The Giveth farm extensions are also done in the design. We are starting to work on the backend and the front end for that. And we are right now, this happened this week, we have to migrate our testing environment from Koban to Goerli because of the Ethereum merge. Koban and Robson are going to be deprecated, and yeah, we have to move to Goerli, so we are moving every contract to there, and that's maybe going to be a little slow for this week, but eventually we are going to be fully on that testnet. And for last, we encourage you to test a lot the Give Power. It's already on the staging version, and also the new categories, the search and the sort, and the new sorting and filter option that you have for the projects. The next slide, Ashley, please. So what's coming? Monique did an excellent job having like a beautiful roadmap. So we have all that we are going to be doing until I think March 2023. If you click that link, you will be able to see it. It's really, really cool. So you can see basically what we are working right now, what we just did, and what we are planning to do ahead. It's in Hub. You can, yeah, if you want to keep updated in our roadmap, that's basically it. And after we are done with everything that I mentioned in the past slide, Give Power version 2 is coming with boosting. The multi-level accounts are also coming, where we are going to improve the UX and the user journey. Quality scoring is also very linked to the Give Power boosting. So we are going to have a better way to rank projects. And also a mandatory update for verified products. So our verified products stay in quality and they don't just forget about it. And that's it, Ash. I'll pass it back to you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Mateo. I love the new roadmap. It looks really cool.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
great.
Next up, we have Give Economy Working Group. I know Lauren's not here. Who's going to give updates for Give Economy today?
Well, that's me. That's me.
Oh, nice.
So, Give Economy updates. There's been a lot happening this Wednesday, so let's get into it. I updated the image of the Angel Vault. As you can see, we have a strong buy wall there to keep the price protected. The give price actually advanced a little bit this week, and there are some like orders for sale there, which is fine and reasonable and normal. So there is a link to pitch in there if you want to be part of the Angel Vault. There's the Twitter that Lauren made, and it's super nice. You can also check the stats of the Angel Vault yourself. I added the link, so if you go to liquidity, you can see all this information too. Yeah, there you see. You can. It will load. Anyways. So if any of you get curious, Give Power. So the smart contract seems to be in good shape. So we're going to be testing or need to test the new version quite soon. We're going to have a test party after the next community call. It will be great that everyone here could pitch in and see that Give Power is working well. Remember that this is a very important milestone on our roadmap. And we probably are going to be releasing that on the middle of September. Regen Farms, there's been a bit more movement there. There will be a Fox Farm extension forum post. Mitch and Willie are helping me to draft that well. And there is S Euro from the Standard is very interested on creating their own or maybe one or two Regen farms. So that's very exciting too. A forum post will come hopefully next week. And the roadmap, I also wanted to link it, but I actually didn't. So thank Mateo that you link it. And there's a call, like if you want some things for that you consider that are very important for development, Monique asked you to add that to the roadmap, and you have the link in the other slide. Now on the research side, so we are talking about info dashboard consistency. So there is the forum post. Hopefully we can meet with the team and organize between our developers and their developers to see that all the information that they are pulling into the dashboard is the right one. This is a great tool, but we need like that the information is coherent. Token swaps have not moved that much this week. We are quite well covered. If you have followed the conversations on the extension of the farm that will start tomorrow, we're quite well covered on the Gnosis chain. On the mainnet, we still maybe need a little bit more work, and this is why we have the Balance Your Public Goods poll. If you want, just join in, participate, talk about it on the forum. So we are going to be like dedicating more energy into in the next weeks. Then BitDAO also currently talked a great blog post out. Thanks everyone that were involved into that. So those are the main updates from the Give economy. I'm not used to be the one that present this, so I'm not sure who follows after me. And I'll pass it to you, Ashley.
Well, that's fine. I can pass it. It's designed.
If I could, Ashley,
Mo,
thanks.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I have to keep the update for this week short because we were all really low on resources and we ran into some issues with the gift cover, so we actually had to work just on the gift cover to improve the boosting process. And I'm actually trying to wrap up the whole boosting process by today and hand it over to the developers. And also we are improving and updating the design system as well. Yeah, that's it. Pass it back to you, Ashley.
Thanks, Mo. Let's see who's up next. We've got the governance circle, which is the governance working group and the DAO working group. The mission is to progressively decentralize the Giveth decision-making process by building a community and a token-based economy around our platform that recognizes contributions, values participation, and rewards altruism. We've got governance working group. I know Griff's not here. Frischelle, are you going to be taking on the updates today?
Yes, thanks, Ashley. So to start, vacation updates, we have some people joining the Burning Man, Griff, Lauren, Heather, Mitch, Ashley, so they'll be away for the next weeks. We also have Claire, who is currently on vacation, and Mo will be off on Monday and Tuesday next week. So more details on time off can be found in the team availability channel under the notice board in our Discord server. So calling everyone to enjoy some vacation time, rest, recharge, take a break, have some time off. So please take your vacations. Also, a PSA, please have your buddy review call scheduled if you haven't had a buddy review call for 3 months or more. So kindly reach out to your buddy. And here are some governance forum posts that are worth checking out. So first is the improving QA, short-term changes applied to production pipeline. So Monique detailed here the short-term changes that were made and the flow guide for testers, but we need more opinions about this proposal, so please feel free to add your comments in the post. Then we have the 2 funding proposals for the Giveth core team compensation for June and July. So this proposal is already up in Aragon for voting. So if you have NRGive tokens, please vote on this. The question on should projects receive givebacks for donations is still up in the forum, so there are various suggestions here on how to move forward with the rewarding of the projects from the donations they receive. So other suggestions and additional comments on previous discussions are welcome. And next we have the event planning template. So if you are planning to host a Giveth event, please refer to this template. You can reach out to the comms team if you have questions or clarification. Then we have a proposal on updating the Giveth work agreement for contributors. So there are proposed additional clauses here which highlights the independent contractor status of contributors, clarity on paid time offs, and a lot more. So your comments and feedback on this post would be greatly appreciated. Next, we have a forum post about the Give Power delegation. So this is about creating a process for the Give Power delegators. So there are references already provided by Mitch. If you have other suggestions on how to go around this process, feel free to share it and reach out to Tropical Mango on Discord. And then we also have a question on how we should define an eligible contributor for vesting. So we need your thoughts on the two edge cases that Mitch has identified in relation to vesting. So calling all unicorns to read this forum post and add your comments since the vesting affects all of us. Then we have an open call for the Give Garden delegates. So there's an explainer here on what delegation is all about and what delegates actually do. So if you want to be a delegate, the details are found in this post. And if you already know who you want to designate as your Give Garden delegate, so it's simple to do so in the Give Garden UI. So we have here the first nomination. So check out Mitch's nomination for the Give Garden delegate. And lastly, we still have Jake and Nico's role proposal. So it's still up in the forum. And if you have feedback and suggestions to their proposals, it is highly encouraged. So head on over there and read their forum posts. And I'll pass it to Nico for hiring updates.
Okay. Oh, okay. Thanks, Rochelle. So I'm gonna be sharing the hiring updates on behalf of Heather. So for this week, we have two new hires. They will actually no, they'll start next week, hopefully, and it's for the QA specialist position. We have Miriam, and for the Solidity developer position, we have Kurt. So let's give them a warm welcome next week as they join our calls. And we still do have a few open positions if you guys can click the link. Yeah. Um, those are the available positions that we have right now. So, yep, that's just it. Thank you.
Thanks, Nico. Thanks, Rochelle. And welcome to Miriam and Kurt. I'm excited to meet you guys. Next up, we've got the DAO working group. And I know Mitch is not here, so who will be giving updates for the DAO working group this week?
Ooh, I think it was me, but I thought that it will be as of next week. So sorry, I'm not that prepared. But actually that's so we do have. I thought that we didn't have this updated, but we do have on the NRGIV, as Rachel said, or I think she said it, the reimbursement of the uh, expenses and payments on June and July. So if you have NRGIV, please vote there. On the Give Garden, we have still the top up that is actually right now scheduled not to pass. So if you believe that Giver did great work on the Spanish and Portuguese translations, please support these guys. Like they have really helped us to translate key documents. Multisigs, well, the only I'm not sure if there's also anything more right now on the multisigs. One update is that we're creating a new multisig for the bounties. This is actually happening as we speak. Hopefully, we'll have it today, and a new NRGIV vote is going to be here for the bounties budget, hopefully this week. And yeah, on a snapshot, I believe we still have the Give Farm extension again. And this is also very important if it's still there. Sorry, as I told you, I was not prepared. I thought that I will start doing this as of next session, but if it's still there, it's very important since the extension will kick in tomorrow. And yeah, that's it from my side.
Thanks, Kotabe. Yeah, I think we touched on everything. I don't think there's anything in the multi-sigs right now, so no worries. So yeah, that's the end of all of our working group updates. Thanks for joining us to hear that. And now I'm excited to pass the mic over to Sinoe to talk to us about Regens Unite for today's community spotlight. So take it away.
All right. Thank you guys for letting me introduce you to Regens Unite. So I don't really know how to start this because I don't really have a presentation. So I'm just going to try to have a conversation with everyone and just explain to you what we've done and where we're going. So Regens Unite was a group of friends that all live in Brussels. And one day, Lean, who is one of the founders and contributors of Regens Unite, told us that she had an idea of creating an event where we can invite people who were outside of the Web3 ecosystem all together to actually discuss about regenerative solution. The reason why she came up with that is that she was a climate activist, and a lot of the people in the crypto community in Brussels are activists in different sectors. And we started, while drinking beers and meeting up, we started realizing that there were tons of people that we knew in our personal networks that had quite an impact in what they were doing in their day-to-day job, but didn't necessarily know what Web3 was all about, or didn't really know crypto apart from the price of Bitcoin. And so one day we just decided together to create this regenerative event, or let's say gathering, where everyone could just meet, create some community calls, and some facilitation programs. And so we decided to just start this movement, which is to gather regions from different sectors in one room, and to have all of them collaborate together and discuss together. And we did the first event in Brussels. We raised a bit of funds with Gitcoin, which permitted us to make this, let's say, this experiment. And we realized that it was very successful, and a lot of people asked us about doing it again. So we created this handbook, which is a handbook that permits you to create those events anywhere you want. And the idea is to get people from all across the world and target local communities to create their own events locally, right? So right now there's one event going on in Berlin, which one of your contributors is working on really, really strongly. It's Corey. And we have other two events coming up. One is going to be in Amsterdam, and another one in Bogota, Colombia, which we're still also working on. And then we're preparing another one for Brussels, a huge DAO summit in the National Bank of Belgium, because we really want to make a statement that crypto is not just about speculation, but it could really be used to coordinate each other better, and to improve the way we work together. So this is Regens Unite, and yeah, I don't know if you guys have questions. I think I'm talking too much, so perhaps I'll let you guys ask me some questions. One of the reasons why I contacted Giveth, though, before I end, is that I realized that Giveth is really into the whole sustainability and regeneration. Actually, I did read the blog post of Suga. That's kind of one of the reasons why I contacted you guys, and I started looking at the Giveth pages and started realizing that perhaps there could be a lot of synergies that we have between Regens Unite DAO and in your community, because we meet a lot of people from different movements that have the needs of raising funds. We meet different types of people who are not necessarily in crypto, but are usually working in culture, in healing, or in farming even. So my idea here was also to try to explore with you guys, how could we collaborate with Giveth, and how could we find synergies together to try to regenerate the world and make the world a better place. So yeah, that's me. Perhaps some of you have some questions, and yeah, I'll be really happy to answer. All right.
I'm Rainer. I have a question.
Oh, hi, Rainer.
I wanted to make it to the Brussels event and couldn't make it, and I was really bummed.
Nice.
So I'm really glad that you come to Berlin. Do non-Web3 people get a kind of basic introduction to Web3 and the connection to regenerative thinking? Because I'm thinking about asking some people that I know in the sort of more conventional philanthropy space to go to the Regions Unite meeting, but I think they would need some kind of intro, I think, to understand why has crypto anything to do with regenerative thinking and stuff. So would they have a chance to be, taken along a little bit?
So in the Brussels event, what we did, and I noticed that we usually have people who can help the people who don't understand. So what we do is in each of the events, we have this thing that we call, or perhaps you guys know about it, we have like opening ceremony and pods. And what we do is we try to get people together to really mingle. And most of the time what you see is that people who don't know about a particularity of blockchain, because they meet other people and we really make this event, how would I say that in English? Where people really mingle with each other. Usually you'll see that there's support from the local community that goes to the Region Unite. So most of the time, people that are lost, they'll find someone that can explain it to them, because we're really focused on making sure that people build bridges with each other. So I wouldn't be afraid at all to invite them. I would definitely tell them to apply. And if they don't know something, they should, in the opening ceremony and when they feel comfortable with someone, we will be glad to teach them stuff that they might not understand. Or we could even, if you want, we can even try to create something to help those people who are, in the need of getting more information, to help them on board. I did that actually in the Brussels event. It was kind of my role to do that. For Berlin, we didn't really talk about it, but I'm sure, Corey, perhaps you can jump on this. That's something that would be possible to do, or to help people that have lack of knowledge on certain.
Yeah, the idea, as you can see on this slide, is actually about bringing people together from all sectors, not just technology in general, right? We're talking about Web3 and Web2 in the tech sense, but there's also, when we talk about regeneration, we have regenerative agriculture. We have all kinds of topics, even regenerative travel, which is an industry I was pretty deep in last year. And so the idea is exactly anyone who is interested in interacting with the regen side of Web3, this will be an incredible intro for them to come together with people on the ground and understand where they can start to pick up, start their onboarding process. And then for people coming from the Web3 space, the big value proposition here is actually getting access to the rest of the sector coming together under one roof, right? Especially stepping outside of the Web3 bubble and learning from each other.
Yeah, and we even had people in Brussels from the European Union. So they were really different type of profiles, and it was really enriching because you had different type of people with different types of knowledge that could also do facilitation, and that could also teach other people from Web3 things they might not know about. So it was very rich in that sense, to add to what Corey said.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else with a question?
Ashley, I think if you skip to maybe the third to the last box, because most of this is just showing specifically venue and sponsorship stuff, because that's our deck. There's here kind of a little interesting graphic for the roadmap and the vision behind Regens Unite DAO from a global perspective, and also lots of upcoming events beyond just Berlin.
Yeah, perhaps one question I have for the community. Do you think when you guys just listen to this pitch and you read the PDF that you have being shared to you, do you guys feel that there's that there is possible synergies with Giveth? What's what's your community's first perception when you read about it? Is it something that perhaps some of you might be interested in?
It's definitely an interesting concept, and I like the fact that it's not just Web3, that it's like people across all spaces coming together to discuss these things. I'm curious more about like how the DAO works. Is the DAO just for curating these events, and that's what the DAO's focus is, or is the DAO focused on more things within regenerative culture?
That's a very good question. Actually, we're still building the DAO. We're not even like a month old. So I would say that for now, what we're really trying to do in the DAO is to really build a governance and trying to answer all these questions. For now, we're creating these events and we're trying to use a sort of decentralized way of collaborating all together and finding local communities to create those events. But I'm pretty sure we're not only focused on Web3, we will also focus on other types of non-Web3 events as well, perhaps. I don't know. I can't really answer this question. I think that will be through time that we will know this since it's really new. We're still trying to figure all these things out. Corey, I don't know if you want to add something to that.
No, I think that's a good way of putting it. I think right now it's starting with creating a centralized resource for decentralized expansion of these events, right? In a sense, like setting up like the DAO would be there really as a support system from a global perspective for local events to take shape, you know, and that's in the sense of like financial resources, also, you know, services to help with setting up those events, facilitating those events, and also creating media around those events, right? As we all know, like when Giveth attends events, it's for the same purpose, also to, you know, to connect with people on the ground, and also to, getting, you know, that media exposure afterwards to use as evergreen content. And I think that's the birth, right? Or that's the beginning focus of the DAO. And then it could really expand out from there depending on how things evolve. But it's just the beginning.
I know I won't be able to attend the one that in Berlin, but I will be in Bogota in October, and it seems like an interesting thing to get involved with and check out what's going on over there. So,
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, I think a lot of some of us will definitely be in Bogota around that time. So maybe we can make a appearance.
Oh, that would be great. We're working with a team in Bogota that is super good. And it will be really interesting because we will try to focus on, you know, communities in the Chocó region, which is the Pacific region, and also in the Zona Cafetera, which are the, you know, the coffee zones of Colombia, with people who have, you know, really interesting regenerative projects, and we really want to introduce them to Web3. And if you guys could come, that would be great, and probably meet them, because some of them need to have donations, right? So perhaps Giveth could be a great platform also to onboard them to receive their first tokens. Perhaps, I don't know, if it makes sense. That could probably be something interesting to discover, or to to think about.
Yeah, and I see you left a link here in the chat about organizing maybe an event. So maybe some of us could look into that, and maybe Giveth wants to get involved and have be a part of the event. So that's something that we can look at. And I know I'm excited to check it out. For those of you that might not be able to attend the events, Regens Unite also has a Giveth project here, so you can donate to them. They're verified. You can get give back. So if you haven't donated for round 17 yet and you want to support what Regens Unite is doing, you can do that right here and Giveth. We are at the top of the hour, so I want to respect everybody's time, but if there's any last burning statements or questions.
I have a burning statement, and I just have to do it because we're all here. Like, just wanted to say that for Berlin specifically, if you in any way want to participate by helping to facilitate a session, or if you would like to help us seek sponsors, that's what I'm on. And it would be amazing to get in touch with any of you if you have ideas of who might want to support us financially and also contributing awesome sessions and workshops. So please feel free to reach out to me directly. And thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks for being here. Great to see you today.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you, guys.